Most people think you have to spend lots of money to visit Versailles, but today we're going to see how much we can visit for free.
And we made a huge mistake, so we're going to tell you what that mistake was.
Welcome to Retire to Rome. I'm LJ.
I'm Russell. We're retired, traveling full-time.
On a budget and loving every minute of it.
Okay, so the way we messed up was we're here one full day, and we're on our way to Montpellier. And we came to stay on a Monday, which we thought would be great, but we found out yesterday that Versailles, the Palace Chateau, is actually closed on Mondays. So we're not getting to go in, which is okay. I wasn't 100% sure we were going to go inside based on the ticket prices, which are a little steep.
Yeah, we'd have went in.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to do it another time. But the best part is the gardens are absolutely free, and from what we gather, you can actually walk easily 8 to 10
miles a day just looking at just the gardens. So
yeah, I don't know that that's going to happen. I feel like we've already walked a couple, then we're just like maybe a couple hundred yards from the house.
Yeah.
But anywho, we're going to see some of it today. Not all of it, I don't think. But you can rent golf carts, and they're pricey.
Yeah.
I think.
And then there's a little mini train that goes around for a certain price, and I don't know if it's just like where you get on it and then you pay to go on another trip. I don't know, but we'll find out and put that on here later.
Yeah, we haven't seen the train yet. We have seen the golf cart, so we're just kind of walking around, stumbling upon things. But it's
very ornate.
It's just the epitome of opulence. And I mean, why? It's gorgeous.
Oh, it is, but
it's just,
I guess if you got money, you flaunt it. this place does.
Yeah, if you got it, you flaunt it, and this is definitely an
opulence.
example of flaunting it, for sure.
Versailles was transformed into what you see today by Louis XIV. In the late 1600s, he turned what was originally a hunting lodge into one of the most extravagant royal residences in Europe. But the gardens, that was a huge part of his vision. These massive, perfectly symmetrical grounds that stretch for hundreds of acres. You've got everything here: manicured lawns, tree-lined paths, fountains, sculptures, and hidden groves tucked away throughout the property. And this wasn't just for looks. The gardens were a symbol of power. Every line, every path, every fountain was designed to show control over nature and ultimately the absolute power of the king. At its peak, maintaining these gardens took thousands of workers constantly trimming, planting, and operating the fountains.
We're walking down what's called the Royal Alley here at Versailles, heading toward that big gold statue in the distance. That's Apollo, the sun god, rising out of the water. This long view was designed to impress visitors hundreds of years ago. The Petit Trianon was Marie Antoinette's personal getaway from the busy royal court at Versailles. She used this place to escape the constant attention of palace life and spend time with her closest friends. It was her way of creating a little privacy in a world where almost everything she did was watched.
She first came to live at the palace in 1770 at the age of 14. She officially became queen in 1774 when Louis XVI took the throne. And that's when she began spending more time creating her own private spaces away from the formal court life. Of course, in the end, Marie Antoinette was executed in 1793 during the French Revolution, marking the end of the French monarchy as it had existed for centuries.
Here is the Grand Trianon, one of the most elegant retreats at Versailles. Unlike the huge main palace, this was built for the kings to escape the strict etiquette and crowds of court life. King Louis XIV, the Sun King, used it as a private getaway, and later it was also used by Napoleon and other royals.
So what I'm getting from all this is he had his getaway and she had her getaway a little ways down the road here.
Yeah, it's a perfect union.
Perfect union is what I'm saying. I mean, why can't we all have our own little mini palaces to get away from each other? I mean, what more could one ask for? You've got a place to go with your friends and your spouse isn't around, not bothering you. He can do his thing, I can do my thing.
This was the 16th century ultimate man cave.
Man cave, yeah. And I guess her little palace down there could be called a she shed.
An interesting fact is the thousands of gardeners didn't work right out in the open all day. A lot of the work was done early in the morning or later in the evening, so they wouldn't disturb the king or be seen by the royal court. The idea was to keep everything looking effortless, like the gardens just stayed perfect on their own. In reality, it took constant work behind the scenes to keep it looking this way. Another interesting fact is, how did these fountains run before electricity? The answer is a lot of engineering. Water was brought in from nearby rivers and pumped into reservoirs using large mechanical systems, some powered by wind, others by horses, and even massive water machines. From there, gravity did most of the work. The water was stored at higher points and then released through the pipes to feed the fountains across the gardens. But here's the catch. There wasn't enough water to run all the fountains at once. So as Louis XIV walked through the gardens, workers would turn the fountains on ahead of him and shut them off behind him. So what looked like a constant display was actually carefully managed behind the scenes. Even today, the fountains don't run continuously. They're typically turned on during scheduled times, especially during special events like the musical fountain shows. Outside of those times, many of the fountains are off or only partially running. It's actually similar to how it worked back in the time of Louis XIV. Water management is still a big factor, even with modern systems. So if you really want to see them fully running, it's worth planning your visit around those scheduled show times throughout the year, and you can find those on the Palace's website.
I don't know what it is about the wind and the air, but I'm giving up.
Yeah.
So
in closing, I guess you can say, how much of Versailles can you see for free?
Actually, a lot more than we expected.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said at the beginning of the video, we weren't 100% sure if we were going to pay the ticket to go inside. Russell said we would have, but we have spent a big part of the day here just walking the gardens, and they're beautiful. And yeah, there are things inside the palace that I would love to see, the Hall of Mirrors and a couple other things, but I don't feel like we were cheated in any way or shorted in any way.
I mean, actually, there's no way, there's absolutely no way you could, I guess if you rushed it or whatever, but there's no way you can see this in one day. I mean, just the gardens alone would take a complete full day.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, they said a minimum of 2 hours inside the palace. I don't know how that you could get through this structure in 2 hours, but maybe you can, I don't know. But we would, I guess, just like to end it out here by saying thank you for joining us. As always, we appreciate it.
Hit that like and subscribe button. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you to all the new followers we've gotten recently.
Yeah.
And as always, have a blessed day and safe travels.